And I know I do this thing where it's like sometimes I'll say, okay, I've stepped over the doorstep. That's it. I've left
Yeah.
all my problems behind. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
And, sometimes, and I always say this, I say that sometimes when something happens in your life, it can create this, and you talked about your purpose, it can create this sort of like dust yourself off and get back up. And I'm going straight ahead. I know what I want, I know what I'm doing, and I'm going for that. And I can see that that's a big part of what you've done. And although, you've mentioned about being broken and so on, and these three things, you would have been working on yourself along the way. And
Yes.
I always have this thing about, giving yourself a pep talk because you can't have your coach on the phone, you know, all day long, or your friend or your mentor, whatever. And so there's got to be that part of you where you are telling yourself something positive to lift you up, to get you through. Are you able to share one of those?
Absolutely. There's this quote that I kind of coined, and it's winners surround themselves with winners. I'll never forget Les Brown, great, phenomenal motivational speaker, saying that you can go a lot faster with 100 people running in the same direction as you than you can with one person anchored around your neck. And so, what I've managed to do along the way was surround myself with people who were skilled in areas that I was not skilled in, people that could give me development, that could share things with me to help move me forward. And most importantly, people that could be honest with me to share with me what are my blind spots. See, a blind spot is something you don't see, but it's holding you back.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that that's one of the number one reasons why people have a hard time getting promoted up the chain or forming, great business relationships if they're entrepreneurial. It's because they have a blind spot that they don't recognize. And so if you surround yourself with people that you trust and you have shared values, that's key, shared values. Then when that person tells you, hey, you might need to look at this because this is holding you back. This is just the way that I see it. Then as long as those values are the same, you know who they are, you know they're like yours, then I would look at that and I would say, I really need to inspect that. And so that's a key for me, surrounding myself with people that are really, really good, which leads me to, I'm in the process of building this membership. And some of the founding members that I'm bringing on board are individuals that I know have shared values like mine. They're passionate about developing people and helping people. That's where they get their greatest sense of satisfaction, just like I do. Okay. And they have a certain sense of knowledge and business acumen that they can share with others to help pull people up. Surround yourself with winners. Winners surround themselves with winners.
Absolutely. And they say the thing is that, you want to be around people also who are positive, who can support you
Mm-hmm.
and, give constructive feedback. And then obviously, uh, in terms of you being able to take your next steps forward or, move forward in your life, and those people around you are going to be an important part, but they need to be the right type of people. and
Yes.
uh, and that's great. So I'm really, when you're saying some of these things, your thoughts are coming to mind, and I love the way that you've taken us sort of through this journey and given us some of these things because sometimes people are going through the exact same thing, but
Mm-hmm.
they are just maybe holding some of these things within. And sometimes, as a business owner, solopreneur, there's a lot of things that you may be keeping in your head because
Mm-hmm.
you are worried about or you're fearing that, what if someone thinks I'm weird or, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's great, I think, to share this. So can you tell us what was your greatest success? And success means different things to different people, but what does it mean to you?
My greatest success was getting baptized last year.
Oh, fantastic.
I've always been spiritual. I've always prayed. I've attended many churches, different denominations, moving around, working for different companies. Here in the US, I even worked offshore in Guyana, South America for almost 2 years. I've traveled around the world, but it was out of everything that I've done, it is the church that I joined. And the pastor saying in this sermon that really touched my soul a little over a year ago, he said, don't keep going back to what God called you out of. And that's why I'm on this entrepreneurial journey of starting this membership group, because I want to touch millions of lives. And see, 3 times, Liz, I walked away from the corporate world and said, I'm going to go and start this consulting business. And every time I would get lured back by a title, position, money, notoriety. And when he gave me that message, it was almost as if God was saying to you, Rodney, you're not being obedient. If you want to touch millions of lives, you're not going to be able to do it working for this one company. And so when I heard that, I decided I wasn't going back. And since then, he's been opening doors like you would not believe. For example, our relationship and how we met, right? He opened this door. So now you are one of my colleagues. We will be in contact. We will be in touch. We will network together. He's opening all kinds of doors. So my greatest accomplishment was getting baptized last year.
I think that's absolutely phenomenal. And and thank you for sharing that as well, because I know we were having some conversations about of being obedient and how the spiritual side is particularly as a business owner as well, you know, the open door. Sometimes you're sitting, you know, I have this thing like sometimes, you know, you're standing on one leg and you can't move forward, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what your purpose has been set out for you, you are not doing. And sometimes it takes us a while to get there.
Yeah.
And and that part, just as you've mentioned, that how as you've been obedient, the doors have been open, opportunities are coming through, and so on. So make sure to subscribe to the Best Minds TV YouTube channel by just clicking on the subscribe button below this video.